Last time on Dice Funk.
So I need a place to hide. Can you hide me here?
Absolutely, certainly we can.
Jayne was just here?
Yes.
That's weird.
Fidrick turns to you and says, I did manage to find the neighborhood that she lives in. You are going to punch me in the face.
I was actually going to recommend that, but thank you for saying it first.
And Rinaldo starts to stomp off in your direction.
Okay.
Rinaldo,
Yo.
you don't recognize anybody in the crowd. You see a door that you recognize as being described to you as having the symbol of Ilmater on it, which is a pair of hands tied by red cord. The name's Fallon. I help take care of the Grieg twins, well, mostly Emma these days.
Any suggestions of where I should look for Tamsin?
I gotta warn you to be careful. Tamsin doesn't play games, and she won't hesitate to go for the kill just to teach anybody nearby a lesson.
Does Rinaldo see her?
Rinaldo, you see somebody come out the house, but you don't recognize them.
And I say, soup's ready.
Wait, does Rinaldo recognize the voice?
If for a brief second there you recognize the voice very specifically as Jayne, you find the physical presence in front of you unrecognizable.
So he tries to follow the figure.
If you die and you're like Jayne, there's no up or down, it's just chaos, and there's giant frogs that inject their eggs into you and they eat you from the inside. It's really bad.
I know. So are you gonna do it this week, Austin? Or like what?
Why would I do it?
Because you argued.
Because last week you were like, oh geez, everybody has to listen to it twice now.
Oh, it was just because last week was much more detailed than usual. Usually you're just like...
You can just set the scene, I guess. I mean,
Alright, okay.
Something's the fuck going on with Jayne. We're gonna find out this episode.
Yeah.
Or it's gonna get confusing.
Oh, you think so?
Rinaldo only has half a clue, so we'll see.
Alright, so where are we starting?
Oh, I guess we can start because right now I feel like the meat of whatever's going on is with them two. So if we can just like establish what I'm doing and then let them go off.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So right now, Anne and Marshmallow are at the church. It's late at night, right?
Very late at night, getting close to. I don't want to say early morning because early morning is like sunrise, but it's late and early. So we're talking like 3 or 4.
Well, we don't even have to go that far because I was just going to have a scene of Anne going to bed, basically, where she's laying on Marshmallow and talking to him, just like, I'm worried about Rinaldo and Jayne. Where can they be? And Marshmallow's just looking at her because he's a ferret and he doesn't know shit about shit. What was that noise?
That's Marshmallow responding.
Do you actually know what they sound like?
Well, not dire ferret, so maybe a dire
Right.
ferret would sound more like Meh.
Yeah, it's deeper, I'd imagine.
Meh.
Oh, at some point where he's definitely gonna have to do the Weasel War dance, which is a thing you can totally YouTube and ferrets do. It's great.
Okay. You know, Anne wouldn't be worried about what's going on with us if she wasn't such a pissing coward and went off to like hide in a church basement while the rest of us did the real work. But
she was trying to protect the dagger.
you rad.
You guys are also down on Marshmallow. Like last week at the end, Jess was like, "I'm gonna punch him in his furry face." And when he first showed up, Leon was like, "Rinaldo's gonna kill him." And then last week on Word Funk, Johnny was like, "If Anne dies, I'm probably gonna kill Marshmallow too."
Hey, I didn't say probably.
He said definitely.
Yeah.
I didn't even say definitely. I said, what makes you think?
Hey, the joke's on you. If Marshmallow dies, I as a ranger, I just get another one, and I'll just name it Marshmallow Jr.
Yeah.
You can't stop the flow of ferrets.
Kill that one too.
Austin.
Leon, what's wrong with you?
I'm gonna kill so many of your dire ferrets that I'm gonna make a suit out of them, like Cruella DeVille. All right.
God, no!
All right, can we just do the show?
Yes, I know this is the show. This is happening. This is all good.
Okay.
So yeah, Anne just talks to Marshmallow for like 20 minutes,
Meh.
and then yeah, and then falls asleep. And after a couple minutes, Marshmallow like slowly and carefully extricates himself from under Anne and goes for a walk. And I'm gonna do survival to try to find the smell of Anne's friends for her.
Oh, fuck yeah, because Marshmallow is actually more intelligent.
No, just as.
They're equally intelligent, so I might as well be Anne.
I feel that Marshmallow is a better character, though, because Marshmallow is braver.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly.
Okay, I got 12 for survival. I can also make a perception check, and I'll get advantage for smell. Let me look for that. What are you giggling about, Leon? He's gonna find you, and he's gonna be very grumpy. 13 and 12 were those I've just rolled.
Here's the thing. Jayne and Rinaldo,
Mm-hmm.
they've only been in that area of town,
Mm-hmm.
like, hours and hours and hours and hours before.
I would think that he would go, well, actually, I don't have to think. I'll just say he goes back to the last place he saw them, which is like outside the quarry, and tries to follow the scent from there.
Is that what you want to do?
I'm going to make a stealth check to keep to... Shut up, you giggling jerk. To keep to the alleys and such.
Right, the giant ferret.
It's not giant, it's panther-sized.
Also, it's white, and it's at night.
It's bigger than a fucking dog.
Also, they're looking for a giant ferret, so you do that. I really want to see this ferret die. So,
Yeah. Alright, let's...
I know.
This episode's going to be called Fuck Leon.
It's fun. I mean, we need a big dramatic moment. This is very comedy based, and we're totally to blame for that. A great dramatic moment would be like the dog dying in the movie.
You all are sick monsters.
Okay.
All right, so Johnny, tell me how those rolls are treating you. 12 for survival, 13 for perception, and 11 for stealth. All above average, but not outstanding.
So, Marshmallow, blessed ferret that he is, does remember the way back to the quarry. On his way back, though, he encounters lots of people with weapons.
Mm-hmm.
But he recognizes those people before they recognize him.
Can he put on some huge sunglasses so no one recognizes him? He's got ZZ Top shades on.
Well, if he had a beard...
Well, no, I was thinking the song, not the actual look of the people in the band. But yeah, that's good too.
And it's like, it's not just a lot of people in a group.
Mm-hmm.
It's obviously an organized attempt to run through the city. Not necessarily house by house, but certainly combing the streets. And for, like, oh god.
Leon just posted a picture of a ferret in goggles in the chat.
I wanted there to be a visual aid. I'm sorry, go ahead, Johnny.
As soon as Marshmallow recognizes there are like people who are like hostile looking for him, can he take to the rooftops and Batman this shit?
That's a big leap.
How's his climbing skill?
Oh, he has incredible 40 feet every 6 seconds, no check necessary.
Really?
Yep, climbing is part of the character. Ferrets are very climby. Of course, he gets the stats from the panther part, but it's fair. Like,
if he takes to the rooftops, it's going to take him a few more hours because the city is not drawn out in the sense that you can just jump across streets.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with slow and steady wins the race here because the way we've kind of dilated time. I don't know exactly like Anne compared to what Rinaldo and Jayne are doing. So like I'm fine showing up late to whatever scene we're about to get to, but I'll get there eventually. Cause like I said, this like I imagine the scene starting after Anne had dinner and talked to Danyan and like went to bed.
Yeah.
So yeah, slow and steady. Marshmallow's looking for them, and then we flash back or forward or sideways to them. What's going on over there, guys? They're in this fucking den of depravity. What's going on?
All right. So Austin, if you need to do something, or you want to know where you are, jump in anytime.
Oh, believe me, I'm going to wait until they get into the worst possible moment, and then I'm going to be like, Marshmallow jumps through the window.
No, you won't.
Damn it.
You'll ask, what's Marshmallow doing? And you'll do it penitently, because if you don't, I'll be like, just got killed, bitch.
Man, you guys are mean.
Yeah.
Alright, so, the last time we left Jayne and Rinaldo, they were approaching what I described, I believe, as a bawdy house. Men and women on balconies, lots of noise from within. A very luscious place, in consideration of the neighborhood that surrounds it. Lots of torches, good wood, some stone that actually looks kind of imported. Like, it doesn't look like the light gray that you usually see in stone root. It looks dark and solid, with strong veins running through it.
Is it the Corinthian leather of stones?
No, it's the Corinthian pillar of stones.
Anyone who gets that joke is too old to be listening to this.
Yeah, probably. But you get the impression that there are games going on inside. You hear yells of bets. People who are being chased out of the door. But, Jayne, you recognize at the door. You don't recognize as a person, but you recognize that there is a large, I'm going to say impassable person eyeing everybody who is coming near or walking out.
So we're at the brothel. And basically Jayne.
Hey.
What?
Hey.
What?
I didn't say brothel. I said bawdy house.
Okay. All right. We're at a place where sex making is happening.
Are the bodies hitting the floor?
It's body with an A and a W.
No, I know.
I'm still looking for that damn alley before all this shenanigans happens.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for an alley, like a back alley or something.
Yeah, she doesn't want to go in the front.
Oh, feel free. Go ahead.
Like, am I rolling for... Like, what am I doing?
No, you don't find anything.
Okay.
All of the ground floor is very heavily hammered, down with boards and, in some places, metal. Sheer walls, essentially, up to areas that, maybe you could get to via jumping, but...
Okay, there were alleys that I passed back the way I came, right?
Yeah, but the house sits kind of in the middle of a square.
Gotcha.
There's a lot of space around it.
Gotcha. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go back the way I came and find a hiding spot.
Alright.
Well, I was following her, so do I see her trying to find a hiding spot, or what?
No, you see her turn around and walk towards you.
Okay.
Captain Phasma, as it was.
Okay.
Jess?
Yes.
My headcanon is that original Jayne, as we know her, is the blonde from the title card of like episode 11, and also we use on iTunes, where she looks now is the title card of episode 17 with like the blue eye marks that Becky did. I have mental images of both.
Okay, we could do that. We could do the Becky Jayne. That sounds like a weird kind of dance, though, from the 1950s. Like, do the Becky Jayne.
Or a really killer country song.
True. Alright, so, Jayne, you turn around and you start walking back towards where you came, and now that you're facing, I need you guys to make more stealth and perception checks.
Oh, I don't care about the stealth. I'm just gonna roll for perception.
Alright. Leon needs to roll stealth anyways. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. That's
Oh,
not
yeah!
happening.
I do stuff.
That's 17-5 for listeners.
Yeah, in my favor somehow.
Sorry, Rinaldo. You're in heavy armor. You have disadvantage on stealth checks, brah.
What of what? Negative what?
No, that's not what disadvantage is. It's 17 hours in.
You have to roll twice, Leon?
Oh, I didn't realize that I was rolling stealth. I thought it was rolling perception. I'm sorry.
No, you're rolling stealth.
12.
Yeah, 12 still beats 5.
Yeah, really does. Alright, so, Jayne turns around, you walk back, where you came from, feeling pretty good about yourself.
Cool.
Like, you're stressed about the situation, but you're like, nah, I got a good idea.
Yeah, okay.
Leon?
Yo.
Does Rinaldo continue to follow the strange Becky Jayne?
That's his plan. He's starting to get an idea of what might be going on, but he's not sure because it's like weird and out of his wheelhouse. But he's still following.
All right, Jayne.
Yep.
Now what?
Have I found a hiding spot yet?
Yeah, we'll say you have found a hiding spot, and Rinaldo has found a lurking spot to observe you.
You're in ye old dumpster.
Okay, hang on 1 second, let me just consult.
The longer you guys take to advance this, the longer Marshmallow has to catch up.
Okay.
No, Austin. I mean, come on. There's player time and then there's game time.
And then Rinaldo springs into the action just to spite me.
I actually have something I want to do.
Oh, all right.
Okay. I look at the ground. Are there any like pebbles or rocks or I mean, I know this place is full of dust, but is there anything like I can hold on to?
Oh, most definitely.
So I find a pebble?
Yeah, we'll say you find a pebble. I mean, the roads aren't paved straight.
All right. So we're both hiding. So I take a pebble and I throw it at Jayne's head.
All right. That'll be a ranged attack, I guess.
I'm not trying to do damage.
No, but I mean, it's a case of accuracy, essentially.
Okay, all right. So, am I? What am I rolling? Am I rolling against her AC because she doesn't see me, or am I rolling for what?
Yeah, that's a dexterity check against her AC.
Yeah, it's a dexterity check.
All right, I don't get anything for dexterity. Damn. All right.
Yeah, he doesn't beat
7.
my armor class, that's for sure.
Probably just full on missed. What happened, Johnny?
Jayne?
Yeah.
You hear a tiny noise amongst all of the other noise that's happening
Okay.
in the city. You hear something a little close to you. Like a pebble dropping on the dirt almost near you.
I take my dagger out and turn around.
Alright, Leon, you see, Becky Jayne
Okay.
take out a dagger and turn around.
Knife fight.
Can she see me? Like, do I think she sees me or what?
Alright, roll perception.
All right.
Oh my god, guys.
I love all these dice.
She doesn't see anything.
Okay. Oh, I thought I was rolling too. I'm sorry.
No, you don't have to roll stealth.
Okay.
Your stealth is
Okay.
clean right now.
Okay.
Are you trying to make yourself apparent?
I am trying to get her attention without letting everyone else know that she's there, but Ronaldo's not doing a good job of it. So he takes a bigger rock and
He pries up a cobblestone.
he does literally the exact same thing. Yes! Yes! I critted it!
No, that's not good because you hit her in the face and you can do double damage, you fool. She has an AC of 11.
I got a 20.
Why do I hang out with you again?
You just killed Jayne.
No, she's fine, I'm sure.
Okay, so what is that? That's a modified,
Well, he crit on, it's an improvised weapon, so it's 2d4.
2d4. Alright, so,
What am I rolling?
You're rolling 2d4.
but plus strength, right?
Oh, shit.
No, thrown is dexterity, unless
Right,
it's a
right.
specifically thrown weapon.
I didn't mean to do this. I was trying to get her attention.
You two are the only people in this alley. You could just walk up and be like, yo, it me.
Okay, it's nothing. I got it combined, it's 4.
Yeah, but she's a druid. She only has like 20 health.
Actually, I have like 35 if you read my friggin' character sheet.
You leveled up, but you haven't slept, so you haven't healed.
I still have like 20 hit points. I don't know what the hell you're babbling about.
You just lost a fifth of your... Never mind. Hey, Johnny, can she lose some teeth in this process, please?
I was aiming for the back of her head, thank you very much.
Yeah, but I turned around facing you because that's where
Oh,
the
shit.
pebble came from.
Oh, well, yeah, then my... Alright.
Okay, so, what happens is, Leon, you pick up a nice handful-sized rock,
Yeah.
and you throw it at the head of the person that you're looking at.
Okay.
The rock you see pass through the face.
I know you mean it's an illusion, but I'm just picturing you scanners her. Like, Like a meat balloon.
Yeah, you see it pass through the face of the figure that you've thrown it at,
Oh.
but then you still see the figure kind of like the head snap back, but in a weird way, and it flickers a little bit.
Okay, Rinaldo's starting to get an idea that this is... He doesn't understand magic, but he's starting to... because he saw the hologram version of Lonigan the other day, he's starting to get the idea that this isn't really real. So, he advances on Becky Jayne.
Hang on. Before you advance on Becky Jayne, you also hear Becky Jayne yell... Because you just got snapped with, like, a hand-sized rock in the forehead.
I'm trying to think of what to say.
How about ow?
Headshot. 360 no scope. Air horn. Beer, beer, beer.
I curse underneath my breath, and I just hate everything right now.
Okay. Can I do stuff now?
Yeah.
Alright.
Come on, Ronaldo. Show us what you're made of.
Because I'm still trying to, like, not have anyone else see what we're doing, because there are, like, passerbys and, like, pimps and shit. I sort of do a marine crawl over to Becky Jayne, and then I kind of, like, crouch next to her.
Artificial 20, I fucking see him, don't I?
Hang on, Leon needs to roll stealth.
Okay.
This has been a half an hour section in an alleyway of two people.
I know, like, for fuck's sakes.
This is really fun. Okay. Alright, I don't get any modifiers for this, so... Oh, it was good, but not as good as that. I got an 18 and she got 20.
Alright, yeah. So, you get the rock in the forehead, Jayne.
Okay.
And then you're like, what the And then you look down as your vision begins to clear. You see a flamboyant man who has sufficiently dirtied himself in mud and puddles and things like that, crawling across a street in which other people are just like walking up and down, drinking like bottles of wine and liquor and things like that, and soliciting prostitutes and stepping over him and being like, okay, whatever.
They can't see me. I got an 18.
I'm gonna look directly at him and go, how long have you been following me, and where the fuck have you come from?
I like how Leon used all his good rolls to set up an ambush to get someone's attention. Like, that was some Rambo shit.
All right, Rinaldo must recognize her voice, especially this close up. But does he still sees not Jayne?
You're not seeing Jayne.
Okay. Rinaldo uses all of his cunning, and he says, Jayne says what?
Rinaldo, what are you doing here?
Hang on.
Yeah.
Roll persuasion.
Thanks.
What do I roll against that?
Deception.
Okay.
My persuasion is +3. All right. Nope. 10.
Nope.
Ah, yeah, I nailed it. I got
all right,
10 every 8.
I'm sorry, Jayne. You say what?
Rinaldo snaps his fingers and he says, I knew it. Okay, what's going on? Why are you a hologram? And what's going on?
I'm gonna shiv him.
Please do. Please.
Are we actually having a genuine fight now?
No, I'm gonna shiv you, and I'm gonna say, what are you doing here as I shiv you?
Yeah, roll to shiv.
Roll to shiv.
Nope.
Yeah.
She botched. Can something cool happen?
Oh, man. She botched so bad.
I fucking hate tonight.
She got a 1 plus her modifier, which is still only 4.
All right. So let's see if something cool can happen.
Oh, jeez.
This entire episode has happened within the space of 10 meters. So.
This has been a carnival of clusterfucks.
Can that be the episode title, please?
I can't get that on Channel Awesome.
All right. I'll tell you what. Ronaldo, Leon, go ahead and make a dexterity check.
Okay. Sometimes I'm good at those, and sometimes I'm not.
Nope!
Crit failed it!
He botched! This is a double botch!
We both got 1s!
This is amazing!
Double botch, what does it mean? What does it mean?
All right. So, the figure that you see with the knife drawn goes to stab you.
Yeah.
And misses. You kind of you're still crawling, but you haul back onto your haunches, put your hand on your weapon, and you start to see the image of the person that you're looking at flicker.
Yeah.
And in between the flickerings, you think you see Jayne.
All right. Rinaldo tries to get his composure back. But he sees other people around him, so he takes his cape in his right hand and sort of pulls it over his face like Batman, and then says, "Look, I don't know what you're doing, but we're sort of in this together, and you kind of hauled ass on your own, so we need to figure this out. What are you doing? And stop trying to stab me. And I'm sorry about the rock. I was just trying to get your attention. I didn't mean to be that awesome."
I look at him and I go, okay, look.
Jess, you have seconds, by the way.
Okay.
2.
Hang on.
Oh, fuck.
Shit's about to happen.
Shit.
Are you gonna turn into a pumpkin?
Oh, her wonk, her thing's gonna de-wonk. She's flickering too much.
Okay, it's fine. I'm just gonna, let it go. I don't really care.
Okay.
All right.
I got what I needed from the one person, so I'm good for now.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna let it flicker out. That's fine.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So during the next seconds that Jess is talking, you gradually see the image of what you were following turn into her.
Okay. In my mind, it's like the quantum leap thing where he becomes another person. But okay, go ahead.
All right, Jess.
Rinaldo, why were you following me?
Well, why did you run off by yourself? We split the party. We said that's the exact thing we're not supposed to do. Now Anne's...
Where is she?
I don't know. She tore her ass out
You
of
left
town.
a halfling by herself.
No, that's not what happened.
Yes, you did. Where is she?
She took off on a dire ferret. And then, all right, let me catch you up. How about, Fideric, he says that I should go to this part of town to find Tamsin, and maybe that's it, because it looks like a bunch of pimps are going in there, so that's why I'm here. And I don't know where she is right now. And...
Did you leave her with someone?
No, she tore her ass out on her marshmallow, and she's just...
What made her tear ass out of wherever the hell you guys were?
Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you this part. 10 soldiers surrounded us. She escaped. Fideric got me out of there. I hit him so hard, but it was an act. Oh my god, I was great. And then he was on the ground, and he winked at me and gave me a thumbs up. And then I came over here, and then I found you, and now we're here, and that's what's going on.
Wait, the guards are looking for us?
Yeah. Side note: the guards think we kidnapped Ulick because someone sent a ransom note and signed our names on it, which doesn't make sense. But Fideric knows we're innocent, probably. But so that's why he's helping us out still.
Okay, and what are you going to do if you run into one of these guards?
Probably hide. I was really good at it. I hid from you.
You're a charlatan with skills in disguise. Like, that's your...
Right. I have my Groucho glasses.
No, not just the glasses.
Alright, so I'm gonna take my robes, basically. I'm gonna take my dagger to them and make myself look like a prostitute.
All right. And she looks damn slutty.
Jeez.
Look, we're not slut shaming. It can be a perfectly positive thing.
No.
Right.
I mean,
I look so slutty and it's delicious.
so slutty. And it's like, for a second there, Rinaldo, you're like, well, damn. Wait! I have some other business with you.
All right, Ronaldo already has like a pimp hat, so he feels like he already fits in, but he puts on his filet mignon disguise, which is a nose and a mustache, and he says, "Let's go in there and figure out where Tamsin is."
Okay, well, A, we should not enter together. And B,
Why?
you're not gonna be my pimp.
Please, that would be so funny.
It would be great if it would make more sense. Our story would be more convincing if I were your pimp and you were my lady of the evening.
The mental image is too good to pass up, guys.
They're not going to let us in alone. We gotta be a show of force. So let's go in there, tandem.
My plan was to shake down somebody on the street and get my way in that way.
Well, this works too, because they'll think we're just, we're in business,
Okay, not for nothing, but when I let you do the talking, most of the time we end up getting almost injured and or killed.
Okay, well, we'll go in together, but you can talk, and I won't say anything.
They're not gonna pay attention to me. Look at me, I look like a prostitute.
Well, alright, well then I'll talk, but I'll be like man of few words, I'll be real smooth.
Alright, if I start pinching you, you shut the fuck up, got it?
Sounds like a plan. Alright, alright, and Rinaldo looks like he's trying to get into character, like he's trying to think of what people who deal in prostitutes talk like, and then he feels like he's got it, and he doesn't. And then he starts walking there and like motions for Jayne to follow.
I follow him very, very, very unconvinced.
Okay.
Can I call this episode a damn slutty? Is that too much?
I don't know. I'll have to figure that out later.
Okay. All right. Guys, this is really good. We have like 20 minutes for you guys to pimp and prostitute it up. Go.
Okay. All right. Rinaldo walks up to the door.
All right. So the doorman kind of steps to. You recognize that he's been gauging people coming in and out of the place, nodding at people, pointing at people, giving thumbs up, signals, things like that. But when he steps up to you, you can't read him. And he says, "Hey, good looking. Bringing your merchandise?"
Wait, who is he saying that to?
He's saying it to Jayne.
Okay. Oh, okay. Rinaldo tries to speak for her, and is like, yes, this is my lady, and I'm her, and he winks and says, fella, and that's her business here.
Tamsin has reversed the power structure, guys. You're going into a reverse bordello.
I'm gonna let him do the talking.
The doorman puts his hand on your shoulder, Leon,
Nice.
and says, "Listen, baby. I'm gonna talk to the person who holds the strings."
Oh.
And he looks back at you, Jayne, and says, "What are you doing here?"
See if I can get any money from him for the night. He's boring me.
Rinaldo sort of like opens up a little bit of his shirt, just to look a little sexier.
The doorman eyes you down
Yeah.
and says, I think we might be able to get a little bit of use out of him."
Rinaldo is really, pleased with himself right now, I just want to say. Like, he's really flattered by all of this. It's not bothering him in the slightest.
What has this become? It's too good. I can't handle it.
Alright, what does this guy say? What are we doing?
So I look at him and I say, any money is good money.
He looks back at you and says, "What kind of cut are you interested in taking?"
Whatever I could get, honestly.
Oh, you're that desperate.
Smack his ass.
Rinaldo actually looks a little insulted at this assertion.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Times have been a little tough.
Alright. Go to the bar and check with quits.
Thank you.
The doorman steps aside.
Okay. Rinaldo tries to go in.
You get in just fine. Underneath the darkness of the bar, you walk into a room that is largely populated by chaos. People are rolling dice. People are playing cards, drinking very heavily. You're quite confident that there's a strip show going on in the corner of a booth at the end. But the bar is pristine. There's a young man, probably in his late teens by your estimation, who's standing behind it. Not that muscular, but looks like he's in control of the situation. People come to him and they mouth short sentences to him, and he points, and they go. In between dealing with these people, this fellow drinks liberally.
Okay. Rinaldo, looks at Jayne and figures that's the person we should talk to, so he's just kind of, head motions towards him.
I'm going to look at him, and I'm going to be like, are you going to shut up this time?
Rinaldo says, yes, and don't talk to me like that. Clearly, I'm a prize over here. Everyone's looking at me. It's great. Rinaldo looks way too into this, by the way. This was he feels way too at home at what's going on.
Would you say that the whole club is looking at her?
Oh my god. But Rinaldo eventually says, yeah, you can do the talking for this one.
I visibly look uncomfortable for 2 reasons. Number 1, this is so not my environment. Number 2, I'm with Rinaldo.
Yep.
Yep.
I walk up to the young man who is drinking liberally.
Alright. He stares you down.
I hold his gaze.
He pours 2 drinks and passes one to you. Starts drinking the other. What are you here for?
This one. And I point to Rinaldo.
Rinaldo strikes a pose.
Very nice, he says.
If you're wondering which one, it's the Hulk Hogan, one arm pointed this way and the other arm behind his back.
Alright, in that case, he says, I think we could do something with him.
That would be great.
You're so popular.
What are you looking for?
What do you got?
This just got super awkward.
Jayne sells Rinaldo into sex slavery. The end.
I'm thinking this has not been the first time this has occurred to him.
Remember why we're actually here. We're trying to get information on Tamsin. Rinaldo does not say that, by the way.
I know exactly what I'm here for.
Okay.
I mean, are you looking for work? Are you looking for pay? Are you looking for thrills? Are you looking for drink or pleasure?
Pleasure is a good way to start.
What is your pleasure?
Doesn't really matter. Whoever, whatever.
She's a druid, so leaves mostly, I think. Dirt?
So, your pleasure doesn't really matter, but you come to us with...
You gotta give Johnny something to work with.
No. Hang on.
He's just gonna glass you and throw you out.
So you come to us with this? And quits, the man behind the bar. Maybe the boy behind the bar. Makes a motion at, Rinaldo with a very lilting gesture of his hand.
Well, I'm done with him. I'm not going to use him anymore.
Well, we can set you up with plenty of other pleasure. How do you feel about dice?
Dice is good.
Title drop? Question mark?
Come this way.
No way! You really just?
Really just?
Yeah. Did it.
Okay. Is Jayne getting too into her character, that she's become the mask, or is this part of her, or is this her plan to act like she wants Rinaldo to die?
I assume it's her plan. I'm hoping it is. Does Rinaldo follow? I mean, is he supposed to follow? Is that what Quits is saying, or is he supposed to stay there?
No. Quits says to Jayne, "Come this way," and then he puts a hand on your chest, rather provocatively, and says, "You stay here.
Okay.
I'll be back in just a second."
Okay. Rinaldo just goes and mingles.
Look, justice might come to Stoner someday, but at least we're getting laid. That's the important thing.
Austin, do you want an Anne intervention right about now? Anything?
Anne's sleeping. You can give me an update on Marshmallow if you have one. How's his progress?
At this point in time, Marshmallow is getting close to the quarry.
Okay, he's not making good time.
No, Marshmallow is not.
Okay, update on Anne. REM sleep? What cycle are we in? How's that going?
All right, you're having a dream. You're having a dream of being held by hundreds of different hands.
I forgot about the cutscenes.
They cradle you.
Oh.
You're feeling good about them. When you shift to be more comfortable, they shift to hold you in better ways. And then your eyes open for a second, and a fire starts. And all those hands gradually drop out from under you. And you find yourself falling with fire. Not on fire, but only with it. Everything beside you, everything beneath you, everything above you, you only see fire. Sweet dreams!
So, I mean, improvement over evil teddy bears. I'll take it. Back to the goddamn slut show over here. I don't even know what's happening.
Rinaldo's mingling. That's what he's doing.
And he is getting hit on so hard.
Okay. He's a little excited.
They are very particular about how well-groomed your mustache is.
Yeah.
He's gonna abandon the quest to be up in this club.
And also, the make of your hat.
Okay.
They're quite interested in your hat.
All right.
Jayne.
Yeah.
You follow Quits up some stairs into a corridor that is kind of marred by sounds of, let's say, groaning.
Gotcha.
But he runs you through to an office that is, he runs you through to a door.
Can we be careful with the phrase "runs you through"? Just like in D&D in general, but especially this club. Also, what song are you dancing to? Is it like a club banger? Is it like Dancing Queen? What's happening down there, Rinaldo? I need to know.
Well, I was gonna shoot back to that later. I mean, we can.
Okay.
I thought we were still with Jayne.
Fine. I just for a mental image, I just wanted to picture how you were dancing.
Well, we can do that at the end.
So Jayne, you get led through to a door.
Mm-hmm.
That is guarded on either side by two very impressive looking people. Quits opens the door, says to the two guards, "Don't disturb us," and then walks in, holds the door open for you.
I walk through the door.
He closes it and takes a position behind what might be a ramshackle desk. Like, it doesn't look like somebody of high society, but it looks like somebody who has cobbled together something that they want to improve.
Gotcha.
So he points his fingers together in a tent and looks at you and says, "So, just dice, then?"
Look, I'm trying to get rid of my companion, for lack of a better word.
Manslut. It's a better word. I'm just throwing it out there.
Sounds like two words, unless it's hyphenated.
Austin, you're not here!
So that's it?
He's become quite the nuisance lately.
Well, I can give you 500 gold credit.
Ooh.
But you're gonna have to gamble out of that before you can take any money.
That's fine.
Do we forget why we're here?
Yeah. What the fuck?
Actually, I can tell you this. He's looking for Tamsin.
I guess that counts as a segue.
Yeah.
Also, you made an ooh sound when she said 500 gold. Do you think that's a fair price for Ronaldo's body?
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty solid, I would say.
I don't know if you guys, have read my character sheet, but it says, honesty is the best policy unless money is involved.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
I was just curious about how Ronaldo felt about 500 gold. Anyway, Tamsin.
He's after who?
Tamsin.
And what would you know about Tamsin?
I know that she's Emma's twin sister and that someone at home is missing her. Also, I know that, the Lord is looking for his son And the man downstairs who is with me seems to think that she has him. So, I mean, I can give you all the information you want that I know, but as it stands right now, I would say that he poses a threat to an establishment like this, as he's likely to start a fight to get to her.
Wait, are you purposefully trying to get him killed?
Let's just watch this play out.
Okay.
Quid stands up and walks around the makeshift desk and says, "So what are you really looking for?"
I'm looking for her to warn her.
You're looking to warn Tamsin.
Also, maybe a job. That would be nice.
I think we have a job for you.
Really? Do tell.
Leon,
Yeah.
you're still dancing?
Oh, yeah. Oh, big time. I mean, do you want me to set the scene, or?
Oh, no.
We can't play music on the show.
I'm just asking.
You can just tell us what song it is.
Oh, it's Pony.
Oh, good. Perfect. Do you have a Marshmallow update? I'm trying to get him there to save Rinaldo.
Marshmallow has arrived at the quarry.
I knew he was going to say that.
And he's picking up the scent, and then he's going to go towards where they are.
He's picking up some serious scent.
Okay, can he pick up the pace? Can I roll athletics to pick up his pace?
I don't know, man. The city is...
Well, that's why I asked. If not, that's fine. Just couldn't hurt to ask.
Roll athletics.
14.
Nah.
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 Nah. All right. Doing my best, guys.
Jess?
Hmm?
I think this is fair
Yeah?
to, drop the anvil.
Sure, go ahead.
All right. This is the thing, Austin. A few episodes ago, Jess approached me and said, "Listen, there's a thing I want to do with my character." And I was like, oh, that's pretty impressive. But I don't think we can broadcast that, because if we broadcast that, not only do the other players know, but all the listeners know.
Mm-hmm.
You see, after she did it, we recorded a session
Uh-huh.
Oh.
between the two of us.
Okay.
What the fuck?
Ooh, this is a tasty dilemma. It's so good.
But you'll have to do some sort of like flashback sound or someone narrating that this is happening. Yeah.
I'm trusting you guys on faith that it's good.
Oh, this is great because now I can listen to an episode of Dice Funk and not know what happens.
We get to experience it fresh. Cool.
Right.
Suck it, losers. Me and Leon are having the premium experience.
I'm down with this.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to this secret edition of Dice Funk. I'm sure that by now many of you are wondering, what happened to Jayne the Druid? Well, today we're going to talk about it. In-game, we last saw Jayne the Druid as she thunder-waved a giant stone fist in the underground tunnels of the Stone Root Quarry. A loud explosion was heard, dust went flying everywhere, and when it cleared, our druid was mysteriously missing. Well, wonder no more, because in the confusion and noise of the palaver of the explosion, Jayne the Druid transmogrified into a cat and ran. This is something that, as a dungeon master, I was approached by Jess, the player, my partner in crime here.
Throw me under the bus, why don't you?
Hey, no, I'm not throwing anybody under the bus. All I'm saying is that you approached me,
That is true.
that you wanted to ditch the party at one point in time. So we came up with a kind of a code word situation where Jess said, "Listen, I'm going to do this thing at some point in time. And once I do, I want that to be a cue to you that I am going to try to escape. I'm probably going to turn into a cat. I'm probably going to do this. I'm going to...
Because let's be real, like, turning into a horse or a direwolf or a giant octopus would be a little bit more conspicuous.
Particularly, I think, in underground tunnels. I mean, you know, like, if you could turn into a rock, I don't think people would be like, wait, what's that rock doing here?
Right, exactly.
But if somebody came to after a big explosion and ringing in their ears and there was an octopus lying on the ground, yeah, that might raise a couple of eyebrows. So, after the explosion, Jayne transmogrified into a cat and ran out the tunnel. So what we're going to do for this session right here, in order to keep what has happened private, we are going to... we're doing this one-on-one session that is hopefully later going to be edited into the game proper.
So we want to just let you guys know that until this actually gets into Austin's possession, Rinaldo and Anne have no idea that this is happening right now.
I suppose this should be clarified, that we are recording this after we have recorded episode 15. After we recorded episode 16. And the plan is that the events that occur in this side session are not to be revealed until certain conditions are met in the campaign, which by now, I suppose they have been if you're listening to this.
Yeah.
Why don't we begin?
Sure.
All right, having cast Thunderwave of the Fist, you seize your opportunity in the explosion, the impending noise, the ringing in ears, and things like that, and you shapeshift into a cat.
Mm-hmm.
Realizing that Anne and her new pet, Dire Ferret, are actually reasonably talented at tracking, on your way out the quarry, obviously you decide it's probably a good idea to fuck around with them a little bit. So you loop around, double back a couple of times, generally try and confuse them once you get immediately out of sight from them. But it's not long before you reach the inclined slope of the quarry out in the open air and see that night is now falling across Stoneroot.
Okay. I'm gonna make for the manor house.
All right, the Lord's house?
Yes.
Okay, still as a cat?
Yes.
All right. As a cat, you're not necessarily traveling as fast as you would maybe as a human. We'll say that you make the same kind of travel time.
I'm trying to be as inconspicuous as possible. So I would imagine that I would at least try to roll myself in like a little bit of quarry dust so that I don't look terribly out of place.
Stoneroot's a big city. There are animals on the street.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that, so I guess then I don't.
No, you don't need to roll to, maintain stealth or something like that. You fit in actually fairly well. Stray cats and dogs are not an uncommon sight.
Okay.
Particularly in working class districts. So you find it relatively easy, actually, to make your way to the Lord's house.
Okay.
By the time you get there, you notice that things are a little active. More than usual. There seems to be a tension in the air, and upon arrival, you do not recognize anybody in the immediate area. Silas, who's normally at the gate, appears to be gone, and Fidrick is nowhere to be seen.
Okay, how are there people actually there though, like guarding it?
Yeah, there are people at the gate, but like I said, there seems to be a tension in the air.
Okay. I'm going to try to find a way to slip past them without being seen. So I guess a stealth check.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try to get onto the land's stealth check. Nope. Not even close.
Do you not get, as a cat, bonuses to...
I don't know what they are. Austin didn't write them on my character sheet, so whatever that is, I don't know.
This is the part where we go down in flames, because...
He's got the thing, right?
Despite the fact that I'm the dungeon master, Austin is Johnny on the spot of... You get a +4 to stealth as a cat.
Okay. That still doesn't really help me, though.
No, not really. But the good news is that as a tiny creature too, and it being like
Night.
not just night, but also like a large open area. You find that it's actually relatively easy to find a spot, not in the gate, but in the fence surrounding the manor that isn't not patrolled, but doesn't have a standing guard.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you do find a relatively easy spot to slip through some bars and make your way into the garden surrounding the manor.
Cool. Okay. All right. I'm gonna be like looking for a way into the manor itself. Like I remember from last time that he was a little bit further into the manor.
Up on the second floor.
Yeah. So I'm going to try to get up there as quietly and as fast as I can as a cat, because desperate times call for desperate measures. So I'm basically my inner thinking is Rinaldo's going to do something stupid.
Do you figure?
I mean,
I'm sorry.
Rinaldo's going to do something stupid, and Anne is going to pretty much follow suit because A, she's not very intelligent, and B, she follows Rinaldo wherever he goes, basically. So I am basically stuck between a rock and a hard place. So I'm choosing to reveal that I am a shapeshifter because A, I think it will help my case, and B, I'm basically throwing one of my cards onto the table and saying, here it is. I'm trying to get away from them. I will help you in any way I can. So, like, my objective here is to get to him in order to talk to him alone.
All right. Skulking around the grounds of the manor, you discover that really the only open way in that you see looks to be a window that leads into the kitchen. You're pretty sure that you can reach it, so it won't be much of a task, but there doesn't seem to be any immediate way to get up to the second floor from outside.
Okay, I'll go through the kitchen. That's cool.
All right. Making your way into the window by manipulating a nearby tree, you get inside and discover that things are actually pretty quiet. As I said, night has fallen, and it looks like from the state of the kitchen and also the smell that dinner has already been served in the Lord's house. So you find that the kitchen is relatively empty upon your entrance. There aren't any, when I say relatively, I mean there aren't any guards or servants standing about.
Gotcha.
There's a bit of a hustle and bustle going around the manor, too.
Okay.
So, like, you can hear fast footsteps, you can hear doors opening and closing. There seems to be a little bit of business going on, in other words.
Okay. So I'm going to try to get up to the second floor.
Okay.
To where his office was. Was that where we were? His office?
It was sort of a study.
Study, whatever. Study, office, something. To me, they're synonymous, but whatever.
So what you wind up doing is making your way in the direction that you remember the main foyer being in.
Okay.
So, doing your whole cat thing, wandering around, poking your head around corners, you come across a couple of guards and other people in the manor, but nobody is really paying attention to you. There's a look of intent, kind of bordering on panic on the faces of the people that you see in the manor. Everybody is really focused, but like so focused by something that's not around them right now, they are coming across as just downright distracted.
Okay.
You find yourself in the main foyer very soon. Make your way up the stairs. Get to the area of the manor that you're pretty sure that the study was in. The door is closed, however.
Is there anyone around?
There's nobody standing guard, but, people are kind of moving and going. If you pick your moment right, you can probably...
Okay, then I'm going to pick my moment right and shapeshift back.
Okay, so moment picked. I would like for you to please roll...
Like, I'm imagining some Professor McGonagall shit going on.
No. Please roll a stealth check.
Okay. As a cat or as a human being?
As a human being.
Okay, yeah, I get nothing to that. I don't like it, but it is what it is.
Okay. That's a 10, just rolled. So, you get your hands on the doorknob. It opens with a surreptitious click. Like, the door swings open. In you go. Door closes. You made a little bit of noise, but you don't think anybody is going to panic at the thought that somebody is opening and closing a door.
Considering that they were doing it downstairs.
There's a lot, like I said, there's a lot of hustle and bustle going on in the house. As far as you can tell, nobody outside noticed that you were going in. Inside the room, on the other hand, standing at the suspicious fireplace, the Lord Erlin turns around rather lazily, eyes you with a little bit of ferocity, and says, "You have a lot of nerve coming back here."
Why? Did I do something that I wasn't supposed to?
Don't pretend you don't know. You've kidnapped my son. He shakes a paper at you that looks like it's got some handwriting on it.
Sir, if I've kidnapped your son, I have no knowledge of this because, those two idiots I was with, I don't know what they've been doing in my absence.
Don't lie to me, he says as he strides at you across the room aggressively. I received this note not 10 minutes ago. He hands you, he sort of thrusts the paper at you.
Can I read it? Is it in a language I can read?
Yeah, it's written in common, with a lot of misspellings. And it basically lines out, it sort of reads off as a pretty standard ransom note. It reads that we've kidnapped your son from the Pikmin Academy. Our demands have to be met. Don't try anything funny. If you try and track us down, we will kill him. Further, our demands in total will be sent to you at a later date. Please be at the ready, or else something horrible might happen. And it's signed, not in any handwriting you recognize, Anne, Jayne, and Rinaldo.
I hand it back to him and I go, okay, number one, I'm pretty sure that nobody in my cohort wrote this because I don't even recognize the handwriting. And number two, I'll tell you exactly what happened to Ulick up to a certain point. And number three, I will help you find him. Because I have no interest in my former colleagues and what they're up to anymore. They've kind of run their usefulness course, as it were.
He eyes you with a little bit of suspicion, but like a curious suspicion, as if he normally has the expression of a man who believes he knows everything that's going on.
Right, that makes sense.
And the very idea that not only have you just denied having anything to do with the kidnapping of the son, but also offered to sell out your companions, there's a very distinct curiosity in his face, and he kind of like he pulls the hand back with the ransom note in it, slides it into a pocket of his, and says, "You make an intriguing offer. So, if you didn't kidnap my son, who did?"
That I might have a lead to, but if you promise not to interrupt me when I tell you exactly what happened to your son that I know of, I will not only sell out my companions, but I will find the people help you find the people responsible for this kidnapping, and I will help you get to them in a way that they will not harm your son, and I will also let you in on a few secrets that I've learned while I've been in Stone Root.
He returns to the fireplace, turns around and says, "I'm listening."
So I tell him about how we went to Rotswald, we went to the Pikmin Academy, met with the headmaster, then we broke in at night, killed 2 people, found his son, broke him out, and when we tried to bring him back to Stone Root, he kind of got iffy because he kind of got upset because Rinaldo and Anne could not keep their mouth shut and could not actually convince him that this was the right path to take. And he ran off in a direction, and I haven't seen him since.
All right. Are you deliberately trying to conceal anything from the story?
No. I'm actually going to tell him, oh, by the way, we escaped because I can transform into a direwolf, just so you know.
All right. So full disclosure.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna, like, if he did, like, a deception or a sense motive on me, he knows that all my cards are gonna be laid out on the table.
He ruminates over this for a couple of seconds after you're done talking, and he says, so it was you that broke him out of the academy, but you don't know where he is right now.
That is correct.
He wanders over to a door to his study, opens it, and waves his hand, and motions for somebody in the study or in the door to come into the study. A couple of seconds later, Lonergan walks across the threshold to the door. And the Lord says to Lonergan, is this one of the three that you were talking about? And Lonergan says, oh, yes. Yes. In fact, probably the most competent of the three.
Well, I'll take that as a compliment for sure.
So what exactly are you offering us, the Lord says. Lonergan kind of sinks into the background, stands in a corner with his arms neatly folded. You get the impression from eyeing the situation here that Lonergan takes instructions from the Lord Erlin.
Gotcha. I look at the Lord point blank and I say, I need you to not delve into my past. Thank you very much. And in return, I will not only deliver my companions to you, but I will also help you find the people who kidnapped your son and bring them to whatever justice you define as justice.
I don't really give a toss about your companions. At this point in time, the only thing that I care about is the whereabouts of my son. Can you deliver that?
Without my companions present? Probably yes.
And all you're asking is that we don't dig into your past.
I have some things that I would like to remain buried as long as possible.
Oh, is that so? Lonergan, how many days did you give these people? And Lonergan says, I believe they have 3 more days.
That's correct.
The Lord turns and looks into the fireplace. He turns back to you and says, I can't guarantee the life of your companions.
That's not a problem. I don't really care. Does that surprise him?
No.
Okay, because you just paused and I was like, is he surprised? Like, what happened?
He says, but if you can return my son to me before the end of the 3rd day, I can give you free passage out of Stone Root. I can promise you that we will have no further dealings. I'll have no further interest in you. But my son must be back before the end of that day.
Sounds good. I am cool with that. I won't even ask why, because frankly, I don't care. So, I need to be myself without being myself. I need a glimmer of some kind or a glamour of some kind that would make me not visible to my companions as myself, if that makes sense. A different human shape, if possible.
It might take a little bit of time to work up, but we might be able to outfit you with something.
Can I stay here for the time being so that I have no chance of running into my former companions?
I don't think that should be too much of a problem. Lonergan, do you think you might be able to work on something? He eyes you up and down, Lonergan does, with a little bit of, again, suspicion, but then says, I'm certain that we can probably find something to help you out.
That would be wonderful, thank you.
So Lonergan wanders off into another room, and after there, for, a few minutes, and while the Lord just kind of ruminates and has servants bring him drinks and food, he doesn't even for a second offer you anything.
I don't expect him to.
Lonergan returns and says, I'm afraid the best that we can do for you is something that will only last an hour. However, he reaches into his robe and pulls something out, this little, like, sort of palm-sized seal, and hands it to you. Says, you will be able to trigger it whenever you want, but only 3 times.
Okay, so out of game, is that 3 times for an hour, or is that 3 times and equals up to an hour total?
3 times each time you get an hour out of it.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay, that's doable. I can totally work with that. That's not a problem. How will your city guard be with this?
You can take this seal. The Lord reaches into a nearby desk and pulls it out. It's just like, it's a little sort of palm-sized artifact, slightly smaller than the one that Lonergan hands you. He says, it describes you essentially as an envoy of mine. If the city guard gives you any rough times, all you have to do is produce it, and they should recognize your authority. However, do know that I will be asking about you and watching you, so if this authority is abused in any way, I will find out about it.
Well, that's all well and good, but I don't plan on abusing it, so you can watch me all you like.
Very well, then. If we have no further business, then, I think you have my son to find?
Yes. And I am going to walk down the stairs to the main foyer, and you said it takes like an hour to get to the quarry?
Yeah, roundabouts.
Okay. But I don't think I'm going that way. Well, where's the church in relationship to that?
Church is probably about half an hour's walk away.
Okay. I'm gonna peek outside. Do I see anything besides the rustle and bustle of the household?
Just the household.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna head to the church.
All right. Off to the church you go. Maybe half an hour, like I said. Still nighttime, but things look still pretty active inside the church.
I'm gonna walk in.
All right. Into the church, you find Danyan there again, just sort of, mustering about the place.
I'm gonna look at him, and I'm gonna say, can I talk to you for a second?
By all means. What may I do for you?
Do you know where Emma is?
Oh, she left in quite a rush earlier today, I believe right after talking to you, but nobody's seen her since, so... I mean, the first place that you might want to check would probably be her home.
Where is it?
Not in the greatest district of the city, but bless her heart, Emma always likes to be with the people that she prefers to help the most. You'll find her, he describes in what part of Stone Root her city is, and distinctly says that you'll recognize her home very specifically because of the icon of Ilmater that's on the front door. Ilmater, the god of suffering and the downtrodden, which looks like 2 hands tied together with a red cord. That would be probably the first place to check, he says.
And if that doesn't help me, is there another place she would go besides the pub?
I don't know. At that point in time, it might be that you'd have to turn to magic to try and track her down.
Okay, no problem. Thank you so much for your help.
Go with peace, child.
Next time on Dice Funk.
Look! It's a bunch of dirt!
I wonder what would happen if Jayne met Groot.
I sure hope Marshmallow is still alive when we get back next week, because I have no idea what happened.
Rinaldo suddenly gets bored of Pony, and then his mood intensifies as Bad Medicine by Bon Jovi starts to play.
As always, our theme song is A Fistful of Nickels, the overclocked remix arrangement of Shadow's theme from Final Fantasy VI. Executive producers for Dice Funk for the month of January 2016 are Joseph Timbrello, Wayne Witzke, Brent, Jason, Phoenix Mod, Ingmar Gremmen, Jade, Kevin Seidlow, Tarka, The Cult of Gorfanax, Jacques Lindsay, Jorit, Michael Goodell, Giorgio Renna, Christopher Charlo, Cody Jackson, August Rue, and Taylor Hoyt. You can support the show by commenting on Channel Awesome, subscribing to us on YouTube, rating us on Podbean, or writing a review on iTunes, or any combination of those things. To help more directly, you could always pledge to our Patreons. You can find Leon at patreon.com/renegadecut. You can find Jess at patreon.com/ravenalegria13, and you can find me at patreon.com/Austin Yorsky. If you want to support Johnny, send a mixtape of your hottest raps to 123 Moose Knuckle Avenue, West Canada.